Afternoon watchers, Scott at SE Landscaping, and it is mid-September and it is raining again. The season is very close to an end now, but I want to talk about cash, the dreaded cash that nobody wants to talk about, how much we earn and everything. And before we start, this isn't a bragging post, hence the title there. It's not a I earn more than you post, it's a what you can earn post. So when I first set off in business, I think anybody who's watched my previous videos knows that for the first few years I was living hand to mouth, and my wife was supporting me with funds. We were living off her wage because my business wasn't making any money. And I think what drove me on was the fear of failure, because things get to me. And I once remember when I was setting up, this was actually a family member saying, "Oh well, are you sure you're doing the right thing? Because gardeners don't earn money. You'll never be rich," type of thing. And obviously, yes, it's nice to earn money, but I don't do it for the money. I do it because I love the job more than anything. But it was more of a driving force when someone says something like that, "Oh, you'll never make money," or "You're only a gardener," or something, and stuff like that. When things have finally turned around and you are earning decent money. But it wasn't always the case. Like I said, the first 3 to 5, probably 3 to 7 years. The early days I wasn't taking a wage out to put into the house. And then as it went on, I was taking maybe £200 or £300 a week out, which, like I say, it's a drop in the ocean. I'd have got more working somewhere than there. Then it turned around, and the vision I had and the business grew, and like I said, it went from there, and it worked out. It worked out to a point where the last couple of years I have earned really good money for the trade. And if on the other side of the coin, if you balance out everything I've earned over the years, I would have probably been better off getting a job somewhere. If you add up, say I was earning £30,000 somewhere years ago, and you times that by the amount I've been in trade. But looking at it from the point of view now is, last year and the year before, and this year, I've earned £100,000 a year. Now, I haven't took £100,000 a year out the business, as in took that out, put it in our personal account and spent it. I take a basic wage of £35,000. I also put £40,000 in a pension, which is sort of tax-free, so it's a good way to get rid of the profit in the business. And then what I tend to do is the remainder, to make up to the £100,000, we take out in extra dividends. That pays for whatever we want to do in the house. If we've got a project, or a couple of years ago, like I say, I bought this vehicle outright. So it's possible. And then other people are going to start saying, now, well, how much do you need to earn an hour? That was obviously with staff. So when you've got staff, they're earning you money as well, which is good. It all helps that way. So the extra income and everything that way. So just going to pass these vehicles. But from a private gardener's point of view, if we go down the private gardener's point of view first before we get on to commercial, how much can you earn? A private gardener charging £30 an hour, working 40 hours a week for, say you're only working the Keith. I know a lot of guys only want to work the summer, so they'll work 35 hours a week. And a gardener charging £30 an hour for 40 hours a week will earn £1,200 a year, and over them £1,200 a week, and over that 35 weeks he'll earn £42,000. He or she will earn £42,000. Now, if you're charging £30 an hour and you can manage to do 55 hours a week, so you manage to, rather than just work an 8-hour shift a day, you're keen on putting an 11-hour shift in, you can take them earnings from £42,000 to £57,750, and all that's asking you to do is work a few hours extra per night for them 35 weeks. You can do the same again if you're prepared to do those 11 hours a day and then do a Saturday, 10-hour shift on a Saturday. Depends how hungry you are. Straight away, you've got £30 times 65 hours now, bringing in 68,000. So you've gone up from 42,000 to £8,000 just by working a few extra hours a night and a Saturday for 35 weeks. You don't even have to work the winter if you don't want to. If you do want to, potentially there's another £20,000–30,000 there to make. But that just gives you a rough idea, if you listen to what I've just said about the figures of how you can go from £42,000 to sort of nearly £70,000 just by working a few extra hours. And some might say, well, people don't want you in the gardens. This is based on a standard shift of 8 till 4:30, or this is based on 8 till 7. And if you look at the guys who work for local councils and everything else, they're in people's gardens after work on a night till 7. So if you've got good customers, I'm sure they're not really bothered about you being there as long as it's not 9 o'clock on a night. So that just gives you a rough idea of the capabilities. And then another change you can make, if you're happy with your 40 hours and you're happy with your £40,000, if you've got a good client base and that phone's still ringing, the next thing you can do is you add £5 on every one of them 30s. And if the phone's still ringing, that £5 could bring you in an extra £7,000. If all them customers stay with you, or you have to replace one or two, a £42,000 for 35 weeks of the year swiftly turns into £49,000. That's 50k a year. Now it's a decent amount of money. And then same again, if you increase the hours, if you went up to the £35 by 55 hours, then you're adding sort of even more money on. You're adding 10 grand on. So that's just some of the little ways where you can earn extra big cash. It is very easy to do. It sounds hard, but it is very easy to do, and it's very possible to do. And there's no rocket science in it. It's just a matter of getting the right customer base. And when you hear people this year who've been rammed with work left, right and centre, it tells you that there is a gap there. Yes, some people might think, no, I can't increase my prices, but the majority of people, if you're providing a good service, I think you can increase your prices, and I think you can get a bit extra cash out of it. I don't think it's a problem trying to get a bit extra money. So that's just based on a few figures there that I've put together. And like I say, if you keep pausing the video and writing these figures down, it'll make more sense rather than what I've just said there. But coming on to commercial work, I mean, you can, in commercial work, some jobs you can make £150 an hour. Other jobs you're making sort of, on average with commercial contracts, industrial sites and councils and things, you're making £50 to £60 an hour. But like I say, you've got lots of overheads and things and everything else. The insurances are bigger, and you usually need more trucks and different things, and you've got lots more paperwork to do. So it comes with sort of a few caveats as well. How I managed to turn over good money with my commercial work is being smart. And what I mean by that is, a lot of my contracts, when you price a contract at the start, whether it's litter picking, whether it's grass cutting, you're pricing to go from your unit to that job and back again. So if that's litter pick a park that's say half an hour away, you're going to charge that, and you're going to charge that at £40. So you're going to drive there, you're going to litter pick and come back. Worst case scenario, it's the only job you've got there. Then imagine that you have to cut the grass on that park plus one next door. So you're also pricing to cut the grass on that park. So straight away you're going from litter picking just the park for a set amount to grass cutting as well. So you're actually killing two birds with one stone. You go on that job for a set amount of money, but you're doubling it straight away. And yes, it's taking you a bit more time. Now you go with bigger kit, you're doing it even quicker, so it's bringing your overheads down. And with the commercial work, the bigger the kit you get, the more money you can make. So what I tend to do with my big first and my triple and things, I'll go out on certain days and I'll hammer a load of grass out, and some days I can be earning £150 an hour sitting on that mower because I'm cutting a lot of areas. And if you picture that in a day, that's a good chunk of cash a day. If you're prepared to put sort of the hours in, you're making well over £1,000 a day. Yes, you've got your fuel and your overheads, but you're still making some decent money. And this is what I'm saying, it's when you get into the commercial, it's not always easy at the start, because like me, when I set off, I was cutting everything with a 48-inch mower, and it's a slow process. I was cutting football pitches. Gradually, once you realise how to run a business and how to get the right equipment, that's when the benefits come, and that's how you can start making big investments, knowing that there's going to be big rewards coming in at the other end. So going forward without staff, like I say, I think I said on a previous video that I was halving my income. I'm still going to be making some very decent money, and I'm still going to be able to invest in the business. Not as much, but I'm still going to be able to invest. But and that's all down to just being smart about what you're buying, which I haven't always been smart about what I'm buying, but being smart what tools I'm buying going forward, investing wisely in the business, and same with the contracts. Like I say, I've got rid of some contracts. I've kept others that have actually gone up in price recently, so that's been a benefit, and it means that you're working less for more money, as I've said previous. So I hope that's just a short video. I hope it makes sense, and I hope it's a benefit to people. It might sound a lot of numbers in there, but when you sit down, if you go through the video and write those down, it will make sense. And just them little changes of increasing your hourly rate slightly. I know not everybody works on hourly rates, but deep down you do, because whether you charge whatever you're charging as a day rate or something, you split it up, everybody's working on an hourly rate. So if you work it out that way and just making little changes and little increases, or little increases in the amount of hours you're working, that's when you can start making some extra cash for no more hours. Because like I say, it is a hard trade, so we do need good money. There is a ceiling as well, especially in domestic, not so much in commercial. Commercials varies depending on the jobs, but domestic especially, Mrs. Jones has only got a certain amount of money out of a pension or out of a wage to pay you, so that's the other thing. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.